so
is the
much.
passing on.
So you officially passing the baton
I'm
on to...
passing the baton.
Baby, when Oprah Winfrey practically passed the baton to Sherri Shepherd, they probably both expected that Sherri would be around for a long time, just like Oprah. But it looks like Sherri's career on air is done.
For all of us here at Sherri. And I know that you have seen the news, and I'm ready to address it. Our show has not been renewed for another season. And I wanna say to y'all, everybody, y'all try not to faint or fall out, because healthcare is expensive and none of us have it anymore, so y'all.
But here's the thing. As much as the producers are saying that they are letting Sherri go because daytime TV is not just the same, apparently they intend to bring Wendy Williams back to daytime, due to what they are calling popular demand. Well, guess what? Allegedly, this move has got Oprah fuming, because she can't believe that they will be replacing Sherri with Wendy. Technically, it was Wendy's spot first. But anyway, apparently Oprah is not pleased at all. I mean, it's not like Oprah and Wendy were ever besties, because Wendy was literally one of the only people who ever called out Oprah.
Believable than her being the national spokesperson for a diet program. Oh, please. Oh, please. Every time I see the commercials, I'm like, oh, please.
So yeah, Oprah is not necessarily pleased that Wendy may be taking Sherri's place. But let's break this down. Okay guys, I'm sure y'all saw how when Sherri landed her show on daytime TV, Oprah was one of the people who was the proudest. And she even literally passed by the show to pass the baton to Sherri.
What does having this legacy mean to you?
Oh, Sherri, that's such a beautiful question. The word legacy, I just want to leave you all with this, is that when I came back from opening my school in South Africa, and I said to Maya, I said, the school's gonna be my greatest legacy. Those girls are everything. And she said, you have no idea. You have no idea what your legacy is going to be. Because she said, your legacy is never one thing, it's every life you touch. And I passed that on to you because what Maya said to me that day in her kitchen, she said, it's every audience member who ever came, from wherever they came from.
Yes.
And they sat in that audience and they had an experience. And they went home and they decided, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna get a better job. I'm gonna leave my raggedy husband. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do.
Yes.
It's every life you touch, so it's not one thing. So for me to be able to see you, to sit in the seat of your life on your own show with your name on it.
Obviously, the moment was huge for Sherri, and she even talked about how Oprah really brought legitimacy to her show. When she said in a different interview, that was a big deal. That was really giving my show some credibility and legitimacy. When Oprah came on and played games with me, it was great. She wasn't going to do it. When I asked her, she was like, nah, I have to do other shows to promote this movie. In the interview, Sherri also sang Oprah's praises, saying, Oprah was the one who taught me to advocate. I sent her all of my ratings and what I do on the show. She called me back and said, you know what? They want me to come on with the other cast, but I'm coming by myself. We're going to have some fun. Even Oprah knew what a big deal this was for her to come by herself. I couldn't have done what I did if it was the entire cast of The Color Purple. Her being there really made people look at my show and go, oh. Well, Oprah and Sherri also had more interactions. And there was a time when Sherri told E! News that when she talks to Oprah, she feels like Oprah does not waste conversation. According to what Sherri said, Oprah will give you some nuggets, and she is not going to say, these are nuggets, but it's up to you to take it as such. And she said that Oprah always has something for her. She even said that Oprah would text her and say, I was watching this, and this was very funny, or this is really good, or your ratings are great. Basically, Oprah was keeping track of the show. And Sherri even said she called Oprah every time she was not sure of something. Sherri also said that when she had her first conversation about the show with Oprah, she took down 15 pages of notes. Yeah, I know that's a lot, but here's exactly what she said. The advice that she gave me to do a talk show, I took 15 pages of notes until my fingers cramped up. I took a potassium pill because my fingers were cramped and I couldn't write anymore. I said, hold on, I have to commit this to memory because nobody will believe that I'm talking to and laughing with Oprah. One thing I took from Oprah is she said, Sherri, the show is not about the ratings. It's about the energy. You put out the energy and it will come back in direct proportion to you from the audience. It's your responsibility. responsibility. You're in charge of the energy that is on your show. I felt that because I was like, damn, I just wanted to show some viral videos and make people laugh. But it's true. It's the energy you give off, which is why we love Oprah. I'm literally going to frame the 15 pages of notes. I'm not even throwing them away. Those will be in my memoirs, my biopic. The notes will be on the wall. If I could have recorded Oprah, I would have, because I said that nobody is going to believe this. Okay, guys, while the interactions with Oprah were monumental for Sherri and arguably deserved given her ratings, track record of good guests, and consistent viewership, people still wondered why Oprah had not passed the baton before to an equally successful talk host like Wendy Williams. I mean, not only did the Wendy Williams show rule the daytime talk show slot for years with a loyal fan base, often viral moments, and equally impressive guests, but her previous history as Queen of Radio also proved she had what it takes to be the best. In fact, given the fact that Sherri was technically chosen as Wendy's successor after the decision was made to end Wendy's show and eventually replace it with her own, it made people conclude that just like people had been saying over the years, maybe Oprah never passed the baton to Wendy because she just never liked Wendy Williams. And who knows, maybe it's because Oprah has been included in many of the things Wendy Williams was always speaking against.
I was in the same tier, the same cell that Epstein was on, and Suge, there's no way in hell that guy could have committed on that tier. I was in there for 7 months. There's no way.
And coming from you, I know you didn't know the truth, and I personally didn't think he was going to commit. But the thing is, he had from Oprah Winfrey to everybody on that island. You know, anybody with a weird fetish, and that's what underage kids was on that island. And everybody knew it.
See, the thing is, Oprah has always been slammed for being responsible for the downfall of several Black entertainers, while she dined and wined with the more controversial ones like Diddy and Bill Cosby. Well, she's also been slammed for closely associating with other questionable people, like Harvey Weinstein and John of God, and recently even appeared in the Epstein documents. One, in an alleged email from Deepak Chopra that appeared to ask whether he should bring Woody and Oprah. Then there's another email from a redacted source that supposedly said she is being sheltered under Oprah's wing. After her interview, Oprah decided she had talent and skill that could be used on her network. No one knew about it, and we were keeping it quiet until things settled. Think the leak is from S' former staff. S goes to LA today or tomorrow. Hope for the future, but we wait and see. Come to think of it, by the way, what if the S in this email is actually Sherri? Is she the one being sheltered under Oprah's wing? And for what, though? Is this something we should dig deeply into? Anyway, what I'm saying is, Oprah was a close friend and supporter of so many disgraced figures before their downfalls, and there have been several photos of them being very friendly. And because she was always in the same social circles as these guys, people assume she was involved in everything they did. And these are the kind of people that Wendy always talked about on her show. And y'all know that she would have a field day with all these people in the Epstein documents if she was still on air. So basically, because Oprah and Wendy never really aligned, there's no way she would pass the baton to Wendy, and she chose to pass it to Sherri. But sadly, Sherri's career on TV is not even close to what Wendy achieved. Actually, if word on the street is anything to go by, Sherri's exit was kinda messy. For starters, Sherri herself made everyone think that something else was going on when she defended Tyra Banks after Netflix dropped that bombshell documentary about America's Next Top Model. See, Sherri was talking about how when Tyra pitched the show, she was trying to navigate the industry as a young Black woman, and it was hard. Her argument was that Tyra fought battles to keep the show inclusive, pushing for a diverse cast, including Black, Latina, and plus-sized women, even when industry standards were different. Then she talked about the absence of social media at the time to hold people accountable, and the lack of intimacy coaches or therapists for contestants. She also credited Tyra's long game for paving the way for diverse individuals, but then she also got really emotional and really talked like she had gone through things herself behind the scenes.
To keep a show on the air, there are things that we have to do that people will tell us, if you want to stay on the air, this is what you got to do. And we got to weigh the options. And sometimes we make bad decisions and we look up and we go, in hindsight, maybe I should not have done it, but I just want to open the door and give a platform to people who look like me.
Now, based on what I heard, there were also some financial issues involved, and that Sherri was expecting a big pay increase and had already made demands for changes she wanted made to the show. Apparently, she wanted to film less and get paid more, meaning she wanted to cram more shows into a single taping so she could pursue acting interests. The reports even claimed that the relationship with Sherri and the producers became nasty sometime last year, and despite the show having good ratings and a revenue surplus, Sherri's contract was intentionally canceled because of the tension that was already going on. I also heard that Sherri was blindsided and is very hurt because she did not see this coming, as she was hoping for a years-long renewal and pay increase for season 5. Maybe by the time Sherri wraps up in a couple of months, Wendy will be ready to go back. But obviously not everyone is excited for her return. Allegedly, Oprah is one of those who feels like Wendy should not go back on air, and especially to replace the person she heavily endorsed as the next big thing on daytime TV. Honestly, I don't think Wendy would be bothered by what Oprah has to say, because she managed to be pretty successful without Oprah's endorsement. But you let me know what you think about Oprah allegedly being pressed in the comments section below.